Political parties have commenced their primaries for the nomination of candidates for the 2023 general elections, with major focus on the top political parties in the country, the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) and the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP). The political parties must file the lists of their candidates with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) by June 3rd to be eligible to participate in the various elections, and as a result have only this week left to conduct their shadow elections to elect candidates for each position. Ahead of the primaries, the former governor of Anambra State and presidential aspirant of the PDP, Peter Obi, dumped the party and is allegedly set to pursue his presidential ambition in another party. And to give a clearer view of what should be expected ahead of the presidential primaries, Jide Ojo, political affairs analyst, joins us now on the news. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, the governorship and House of Assembly primaries have held and winners have emerged. But presidential aspirants have also been moving around the country trying to woo delegates. But when you look at the primaries for the APC and the PDP holding at the end of the week, what exactly do you think is at stake for both parties?
Well, this is political season, and all that is happening right now is nothing new. There's nothing novel. There's nothing out of the ordinary with what is happening. What I would just say is that the question should be posed: why are all the 18 registered political parties choosing to hold their primaries at the end of the month? INEC gave April 4 to June 3rd as the days for primaries. And interestingly, none of the political parties have a presidential candidate as we speak. None of them has conducted their presidential primary. PDP is said to have its own on the 28th and 29th. That's on Friday, Saturday. And the APC, as we're moving back and forth, now we know maybe it's going to be on the 30th and 31st. But other parties that are not dominant parties, what are they waiting for? Why have they not conducted their own primaries? Why are all the registered parties having their primaries only at the last minute? This fire brigade approach is what worries me. And I really did not find it funny because this is overstretching INEC. Remember, INEC had to be at all of these party primaries. All. According to the Electoral Act, INEC is obligated to be there, having to be given 21 days notice ahead of this party primary. So, if you have 60 days window and you choose to not have all the primaries about the same time, that is overstretching the regulator. And that is not fair on the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Well, maybe that's just a moral issue from the end of the parties, because definitely they have until June 3rd to conduct all their primaries. But let's move on now to another matter, which has left many puzzled. That is that of the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, who dumped the PDP. Now, we know there have been calls for the presidency to be zoned to the southeast. Are we to expect the rise of a new political party taking the position of the presidency? What do you foresee?
I'm favorably disposed to Southeast presidency in 2023. But like you said, it's one issue, politics and morality does not mix. I am standing like a moralist saying that, the presidency should be zoned to the southeast. What PDP has done is to throw it open. And actually that is being clever, that's being smart on the part of PDP. Recall that out of the 6 general elections we've had thus far, 1999, 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019. The South has had the presidency for 4 out of those 6 times. This is the 7th time. And you would believe that in the spirit of equity, justice, and fairness, PDP should zone its presidency to the north. At least for 4 purposes. If the South has had it 4 times, twice under Obasanjo, then Goodluck Jonathan twice. then you will say, take it to the north. But because we have a president who is from northern extraction, serving out its second and final time, then that's where the moral issue comes from. Let's throw it to the south. But that moral question is on APC. And APC, too, has played clever by saying, look, we are throwing it open. We are not zoning to any part of the country. Anyway, people will argue, zoning is not in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And even the few political parties that have it in their constitutions have been observing it in breach. So nothing new and no news about that.
Well, indeed, Jide Ojo, political affairs analyst, thank you very much for your contribution.